I've had the pleasure of staying at LECO for about a week now, working on the new benchtop system, and it's a pretty amazing piece of equipment, especially because it's so sensitive versus the previous platform that I've used. And I think that's going to do quite a bit for the industry, having full mass range sensitivity in a benchtop instrument. It's just a wonderful thing. We started with analyzing pesticides on this instrument. One of the first things we did, of course, was gravitated towards looking at pesticides in a real-world matrix like strawberry. So we prepared catcher's extracts, and we actually spiked those extracts with pesticides of interest, especially ones that are relevant to strawberry matrices. And again, I was very impressed with the sensitivity of the instrument, and also being able to pick out these lower level things in the presence of matrix is quite good. One of the innovative things that we were able to do by using the TOF-MS system, since it has a fast acquisition capability, is shorten the gas chromatograph column quite a bit versus the traditional, going from like a 30-meter column to a 15-meter column, get quite a significant runtime benefit, and still pick up the pesticides of interest even in the presence of matrix quite nicely. The other thing that I was impressed with was the dynamic range of the instrument. We actually dipped down for some of the pesticides to as low as 100 femtograms on column at the detector, and went up to 5 nanograms, and the linear range was still quite good for the instrument. So that was very impressive too. The software that I've used in the past on the LECO system I've always loved. So it's a bit of a change, of course, but I see a lot of new features that I think are going to be quite nice. Some additions that are going to make the quantification package even nicer, including something like target analyte find. Traditionally we've been using full spectra, of course, to locate compounds of interest, but there's a nice new feature called target analyte find on the instrument that lets you just pick out a couple of ions and search for those within the appropriate retention time window, and that seems like it has a lot of power to quickly locate the compounds of interest. Another thing I really enjoy about the instrument, of course, it has to be proven as you get a few of these things out in the field, but my understanding is that the electron ionization source is an open design source. And my history with those in the past, through working on the LECO Pegasus, the platform that I still use to this day, has been excellent. I've never had to clean the source ever since I've had the instrument, and that includes in the past when I've had instruments for as long as 7 or 8 years, no source maintenance at all except for filament changing, which I think is very, very good. It's nice if you're going to use a fast acquiring instrument and increase your throughput to not have any downtime associated with routine source maintenance from analyzing dirtier samples. And I think that's going to be quite a good feature that the industry will enjoy a lot. When we look at trying to speed up our sample analyses, we look at a couple of things. One of them is we always try to match the analysis time, the instrumental analysis time, to the actual sample prep time. A lot of the methods out there now that are coming in for sample prep are batch methods that you can do very quickly. Catchers has been around for 10+ years now, but it's probably still one of the best examples of a very fast sample prep method. And it's nice to be able to have the instrumental platform to support these fast sample prep methods. And this instrument, this new benchtop from LECO, looks to be something that's going to match up very well with fast sample prep because of the fast acquisition speeds you can get and the fast analysis that you can get. One of the things we can do, of course, to cut down on analysis time is to cut down on our column lengths. And while a lot of pesticide chemists are typically using 30-meter 2525 columns, they may not realize they can get a huge benefit from going to 15 2525 type columns. You might think that that's half the analysis time, but it's really not. If you translate the method appropriately, you get about a third factor decrease in analysis time, but from going from a 30-meter column to a 15-meter column. So this instrument supports that due to its fast acquisition rates, and I'm very happy about that also. One of the things that can't be stated enough to any instrument vendor is that unless you can do real-world work, which is have full quantitative capability, especially important in food safety applications like determining pesticides in food, then you're just not going to be a player. You actually have to be able to not only analyze the pesticides in a quick amount of time, but you have to do full calibration, quantification activities on it. You don't want to lose anything. You prefer, we want it all. As pesticide chemists, we want it all. And it looks like this instrument's at least going to give us a shot at getting it all.